Okay. Oh, Kenny, why do you do this to me every time I have to make a video? You come up on the... Well, she lives here. What am I saying? She's always here. Move over here, sweetie. Let me just scoot you over a little bit. There you go. There you go. She's okay. All right. Okay. Hi, guys. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn this just a tad. There. Sorry. Hi, guys. I hope you all are doing really well today. Hope everything is going good in your life. I'm making this video today to, it's a little continuance of my higher approaching, mainly kind of carnivore diet, really. I had noticed yesterday what happened was I wasn't feeling well, and I thought, oh no. And then I noticed that my urine was extremely cloudy, really, really cloudy. And I thought, oh my God. And it actually was a little uncomfortable when I peed. I mean, let's just be real here. And I thought, in the way that it almost felt like an irritation. And I thought, what the heck, you know? And I just noticed I did not feel well yesterday. And then I had diarrhea a couple times. So I thought, what's going on? So I got online to research, okay, what this could possibly be from changing to mainly meat diet. Or not even that, eliminating vegetables and fruits, pretty much. Like I said, I've only been having 1 or 2 pieces in the evening. Well, it turns out there's this thing called oxalate dumping. I knew about the oxalates, but I didn't know about this. And it turns out that if you have a lot of oxalates in your body, because oxalates, it's like oxalate crystal. They're actually tiny little microscopic crystals that are in these fruits and vegetables. And one thing I've noticed, hold on, guys. Okay, one thing I've noticed is, or I've thought about rather, is I can't help but wonder if throughout my life with these digestive issues I had even when I was a child, if these oxalates weren't part of it, which I mentioned in my other video. But I'm finding out now that when you stop eating the vegetables and fruit, you know, high amounts, your body wants to get rid of those oxalates. It knows this is no good. This is not good to have in the body, and it wants to eliminate them fast. Well, I learned that if you just went from regular eating to carnivore, you could have such severe oxalate dumping that you can end up in the hospital. And I'm going to link a video below that I just watched, an amazing video. Let me see if I can get her name real quick here. Sally K. Norton, okay? I just happened to come upon this video while I was researching what all this could be. There are a lot of symptoms you can get from oxalate dumping. Rashes, all kinds of things that you didn't even realize were being caused by these oxalates. And if you have oxalate poisoning, basically, you can have a lot of health issues that you did not know or realize they were related to that. So then when when you stop ingesting all those oxalates, your body says, I want to get rid of it. Well, then you start having more symptoms. It can get kind of worse because it's trying to eliminate those oxalates. And one of the ones that can be very serious is if you are highly, you know, if you have a lot of oxalates in your system and then you just stop and go straight carnivore, you can actually end up with kidney stones and things because the body's trying to push those oxalates out. The kidneys are what eliminate that. And it's trying to push it out so fast. So I think what helped me not go to that extent is that I was continuing to have my fruit each day. Like I said, I was doing it because I want something sweet. I like sweets. And so I was eating my fruit each day. So I think that helps slow it down, because this video will tell you about how you can help that process to where you don't go to the extreme of getting extremely sick with the oxalate dumping. slowly lower it. You know, start by eating low oxalate foods. Slowly, you know, just slowly start eliminating them. Don't just go from regular eating to straight carnivore, because you could have a, you know, a serious dumping of those oxalates, which will make you very sick. So just start slow. It was really weird because I had to go to bed yesterday. I felt really lousy. I mean, it was really strange. I just felt so lousy. And then about, I guess, 6:30, yeah, I was around there, 6:37, I had a major diarrhea. Not liquid diarrhea, but like loose stools, you know, just coming out of me. After that, I felt great. And I thought, well, that's weird, you know. I mean, I just felt great. And I woke up today feeling great again. I feel amazing today. And so that's when I started really researching this oxalate dumping, and my goodness, what it can do to you is amazing. It can really affect you. The withdrawal, I guess you could say, from all this crap in your body, when your body's eliminated it, man, I'm telling you, some of the things I've seen, look it up, guys. Look up oxalate dumping and see all of the effects it can do to you. It's not pretty. And you have to think about those oxalates, the fact that they are actual like little crystals, that's what you're putting into your digestive system. That's what you're putting into your system, your blood system, everything. And that really makes me wonder a lot about you know, the issues I had, because this doctor, or this Sally Norton, she will explain in the video how these little crystals, you know, they get in the gut. They can even, I was reading another article where they could actually travel to the brain, and that to me is like, wow. And there was an article speaking about how maybe that is contributing to Alzheimer's and dementia, because you think about it, this whole thing that started, what, I guess maybe the 70s, around there, eat lots of vegetables, eat lots of fruits, you know, oh, they're so good for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe they haven't been so good for us, you know, maybe it's been a case of another misleading thing, because I did have problems when I was young, and one of the things I loved to eat when I was young, I mean, a little girl, guys, I loved a huge bowl. My mom would buy canned spinach. I would eat a whole bowl of canned spinach with a little vinegar on it. I loved it with vinegar. Don't know why, but I did. And I can't help but wonder, geez, all these years of meat, because I have always loved vegetables. Always loved them. And I can't help but wonder if over the years that's what slowly led to the point where I couldn't tolerate any wheat products, couldn't tolerate any dairy. All of those issues, I can't help but wonder if that's what contributed to the digestive problems. Well, now that I've been off of the meat for, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, a week and 5 days, I've been off of all grains, all dairy, all vegetables, and only a piece of fruit. Like I said, my digestive issues have disappeared. However, I decided to test it. Day before yesterday, I thought, I'm going to eat some sweet potatoes. I ate some sweet potatoes. They're organic sweet potatoes. I ate enough that was maybe equivalent to a sweet potato that big, maybe we'll say. Oh my goodness. My gut blew up. I bloated to where I looked like I was a few months pregnant. I got diarrhea, and I thought, holy cow. So I look up sweet potatoes. Well, of course, they're very fibrous, but they are also very high in oxalates. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't help but wonder. I'm 64, and all these years of chowing down vegetables, and then I ended up with so many health issues. And then after my 4th child was born, they really blew up. Not being able to eat dairy at all, grains bothering me. I can't help but wonder if it was that at that point in life, because when I was pregnant, I ate lots of vegetables and fruits and grains because they kept telling you it's so good for you, what have you. I can't help but wonder if maybe that time period, that age, my body had said, enough. I can't do this anymore. You're ripping me up inside. So now that I have stopped the fruits and vegetables, except for the, like I bought low oxalate fruits and have 1 or 2 pieces in the evening. I am telling you guys, like I said in my previous video, my digestive issues are gone, except for the issue yesterday, which I realized was the oxalate dumping. Even after that, I felt fine. It was like my body had eliminated something that was just not good, and I felt good. And strangely enough, this is another effect of oxalate dumping, or being poisoned with these, or not poisoned, but you know, you have them in your system, the oxalate. When you're dumping, you can start losing sleep, okay? You can't sleep as well. Well, for the last several nights, I guess 3 or 4 nights, I've been getting maybe 5 hours of sleep, 5.5, which I thought, why am I doing this, you know? Well, after watching this video and after reading many articles, I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. The body is trying to get rid of all this stuff, which is basically toxic to our body. And, but yet, like I woke up today, I fell asleep about midnight last night, yeah. Because I watch The Nanny every night. I watch all the episodes till midnight. It makes me happy. It's a good show. And as soon as the last one came on at midnight, I turned the TV off, and that's the last thing I remember. But then I was wide awake at 5:45. I mean, wide awake. I thought, whoa. And again, my urine was a little cloudy. Didn't hurt this time. It was a little cloudy. But I feel fantastic today. Again, my energy level is up. I feel really good. My mood is good. I think back to, oh gosh, guys, when I think back to so many problems I had growing up and throughout my adult life with little digestive, I mean, it wasn't severe to where I was like, oh my God, every day. No. But I just noticed, you know, as I got older, I thought, why am I having so many digestive problems here and there? Well, it all makes sense now. You know, all those vegetables and fruits with all that fiber ripping up your gut, and then all the oxalates and all that fructose and what have you, all the starches and the veggies, what have you, it makes sense that it rips up your gut. Whereas meat, your body easily digests. Your body just mushes that up, eats it up, takes all the nutrients, and you're good to go. And that's another thing is, now that I've been mainly meat, I don't have to go to the bathroom as much as I did. Move your bowels, you know. It's like, I was wondering, I'm not constipated, I don't feel constipated, but I'm not having as big of movements. Well, I researched that as well. Well, yeah, your body eats up that meat. It actually digests the meat and pulls all the nutrients out of it. Whereas with vegetables and fruits, it does not. It can't digest all that fiber and sugar and all that. It's just, it's an irritant. And so that's why, like, if you eat too many vegetables, man, you have to run. You got diarrhea. It's all that fiber irritating the crap out of your gut. And I never feel constipated, ever. Not at all. I just don't have as big as bowel movements. And then when I researched why, I thought, well, that makes sense. My body's actually using all of that meat. It's using the fat. It's using everything that's in the meat. Whereas in the veggies and fruit, it's like, this fiber is irritating me. Get it out. Out. So there you go. There you go. You can imagine vegans and vegetarians. And I know, because I was a vegetarian for a year. I lived on that toilet. Stupid me did that for a year. And I lived on the toilet. Thinking it was healthy, till my wonderful doctor I had back then told me, get off of that diet now. What the heck are you doing? And as soon as I got off of it, the problems went away. Too much fiber, too much sugar, too much fructose, too much starch, all that just ripped my gut up. And a lot of vegans and vegetarians don't want to admit that. They just want to stick to their guns about not eating animals. I'm sorry. I will always eat animals, especially how I feel now. I am, like I said before, part of the food chain. And I'm not going to put myself at the bottom of the food chain to say I will never eat animals while my body deteriorates and falls apart, which if you look, you will see what happens to vegans over time. I'm going to link another video to that too. I have to make a mental note here for that one. the meat, if you tell yourself you're never going to eat meat because of this thing, your compassion for animals, which I understand. I don't like the thought that animals have to go through what they go through, but that's part of life. And I'd rather know that an animal is killed instantly for consumption than knowing that they're out in the wild being ripped apart by some other animal, eaten alive, or dying of some disease out there because they're overpopulated, which does happen. So yeah, I'm more content knowing that, yes, they have to be killed for us to eat, but, you know, they're killed. And of course there are places that mistreat the animals, and those, I wish they would all go to hell. But I will always eat animal products. We were intended to. And I'm not going to be the stupider at the bottom of the food chain to say, I will never eat this while my body falls apart. But tell you what, that dog you have would eat you alive if you were stuck in the house and died. It would eat you. I mean, it would eat you if you died. It would eat you because it knows I got to survive. So I'm not going to put myself down at the bottom of that food chain to where I don't have the brains to know I need this in order to be healthy long term. So anyway, back to the oxalate dumping. I'm going to continue to slowly eliminate that. I don't want to get to the point, like I said, I'm not going to get to the point where I can't eat anything because I've gone so strict that I can't enjoy anything. I won't do that. But I am going to keep the oxalate level low by eating, you know, minimal fruits and veggies, what have you, and enjoy a lot of my meat, which I do. And I will eventually, once I get past this weight loss, which by the way I've lost 6 pounds, I'm very happy. No starving, no starving. In fact, this morning when I got on there it was 153, so that would technically make 7 pounds from 160. I'm going to slowly incorporate once in a while something I enjoy, whether it is a grain or not, because I don't want my body to get to where I cannot enjoy anything except meat. I don't want that. People have been eating meat, vegetables and fruits, grains, seeds, whatever, forever, and living long lives. I just know now, oh, that garbage truck, hold on guys, ooh. That's going to make a ton of noise. Okay, sorry, Katie. I just know now that excess of certain foods is definitely bad for you. And in all my research of eating what's good for us, what hurts us, everybody's different, guys. And that's something we all have to realize, that maybe I can't eat wheat because it really affects my gut. And my joints and everything. Maybe you can, and it doesn't do that. But that, even so, even if it didn't affect me, I would still be keeping it way down there at the bottom of my food list. I'm not going to be eating toast and bread and pastries and grains on a daily basis. Absolutely not. However, I will incorporate them enough to where my body can handle if I feel like going out to dinner, or you know, someone invites me over and they have a variety of foods that I love. I want to enjoy them, and I'm going to. I'm not going to just say, oh my God, I can only eat meat because that's all my body can handle now. I won't do that. Life's too short, and as I said, people have been eating a variety of foods forever and living long lives. The only thing now I'm realizing is that a lot of the so-called age-related illnesses, diseases, I'm not believing so much that it's just because we're getting older. I mean, obviously the body is going to, you know, change and slow down as we get older. But I'm beginning to think that what we've been eating through our life can really affect what we're like when we're older. I really believe that with all of my heart. I know that for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of people out there who have a lot of joint problems, who have arthritis and various other autoimmune diseases, a lot of them just, they don't realize that the food they're eating could possibly be the reason for that. As I've stated in previous videos, if I do eat grains, I will wake up stiff. My hands are stiff. My feet actually, you know, when you get up and you hit the floor with your feet and they kind of hurt, that's what happens when I eat grains, particularly wheat. Wheat is like, psh, forget it for me. That's going to be a once in a blue moon thing. Gluten-free I can tolerate better, but it's still, if I had too much, it would still affect me. I would still get a little digestive issues, and I would still get a little swelling. Not as much as with wheat, but I'd still get it. So what I'm realizing is that all of us are different, of course, we all know that, and some can like some people, they can guzzle milk all day and it doesn't bother them. But however, dairy is an inflammatory thing. It does cause inflammation in the body. So they may not realize that maybe they don't have a digestive issue with dairy, but maybe it's causing other issues in their body, like arthritis and maybe some autoimmune diseases or other diseases, because all that inflammation is what causes a lot of illness and disease in our bodies. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so we've come to this thing of, oh, well, you know, you're getting old. You're just getting old. I'm not thinking it's so much that you're just getting old. The more I research diet, foods, how it affects different people, what have you, I'm very much convinced that getting old doesn't mean you have to get all these terrible diseases. I'm not saying that, you know, eliminating certain foods, what have you, is going to stop you from getting anything. No, I'm not saying that. But I do think that this country has gotten to the point where doctors are the least knowledgeable. I mean, it seems like they have no knowledge about nutrition and how it affects your body. They are there to say, oh, this is hurting you. Oh, this isn't working right. Here's this pill, here's this liquid, here's a shot. They don't seem to be in tune to anything regarding nutrition. And the more I'm seeing online, the more videos I'm seeing of people who have changed their diets and how their health has drastically changed, the more I'm convinced that no, we don't have to be obese. We know that carbohydrates cause a lot of obesity. We know that pastries, processed foods, processed grains, all of that cause sugar. Sugar causes obesity. We all know that now. So with this oxalate dumping, it made me realize one thing in particular that I've been reading is that it can cause, when you have a lot of oxalates, it can cause your joints and what have you to hurt and swell. Well, there's one thing I'm going to show you here, guys, which is really proof to me about what fruits and veggies and grains may have been doing to me throughout my life. And my not knowing it, because we were brainwashed to think that all of that stuff was meant to be healthy. Like the food pyramid, which was originally created to fatten up livestock. And then they decided to have us do it. Look it up, guys. The food pyramid of this country was originally made to fatten up cows and pigs and what have you. Yeah. So I guess they decided to transfer that to us, and in turn it's caused nothing but diabetes, all kinds of health issues. So I'm going to show you something real quick right here that has given me solid proof of what eliminating dairy, grains, vegetables, and fruits, pretty like I say, just a piece a night, has done. Because it astounds me. So I have to do this in front of the camera. It's the only way I can do it. So I'm going to have to get behind the camera, so hold on. Move, baby. Okay, so I hope I can do this right. I want you to take a look at, let's see if I can get down here enough. I want you to, oh, this is going to be kind of hard. I want you to take a look at my fingers, okay? Let's see if I can, oh, hold on, guys. I got to get this just right so you can see. Okay. Okay, there's a good view right there. You see the right finger? How that little hump is right here? Do you see that? Okay. My mother had that. Okay, she had that on this finger and this finger. And, you know, there was never any pain, what have you, and I thought, well, that's weird, that arthritis causes pain. Well, this lump, guys, a week ago, it's hard for me to get it there. a week ago was huge. It was a big, big, I mean, it was almost a rounded lump. And you can see the other finger. Guess what? It's gone. I had it on this one as well. Do you see that? You see the difference there? There's my fingers. You see that lump on the right? That thing was big. It was a big rounded lump. Now you see how small it is. You see the left-handed finger gone. Okay? Well, guys, that made me realize more than ever what dairy, grains, and sugar has done to my body. Because this finger, I'd say just a couple weeks ago, before I started the mainly meat eating and eliminating everything else, this finger right here, I remember thinking, why is that getting bigger? Well, now it's shrinking. And that's because the inflammation in my body is going away. And I do not want to end up with arthritis. I don't want to end up with all kinds of issues that oxalates can cause. They can irritate your joints. And oxalates can also cause fibromyalgia, all kinds of different things, guys. I don't want that. I firmly believe that we have been brainwashed in this country because doctors do not give a rat's ass about you. They want to keep you sick, or else they can't live the rich lifestyles they have. I mean, you have to get real. Think about this, guys. Think about our country. If doctors really cared about our health, wanted us well, do you think they would charge what they charge to live that extravagant lifestyle that they have? If they really cared about us, they wouldn't have to live in mansions. They wouldn't have to drive the fanciest cars, belong to the fanciest clubs, wear the fanciest clothes and everything else that they do. They don't care about you. They found a career that keeps them rich. That's it. That's all there is to it. Because if a doctor really cares about all of us, if they cared, they'd be saying, we don't need to have the medical costs so high because I don't need to live like a king. I can live in a regular house. I don't have to live like a king. So that's part of why our medical costs are so high, is because these doctors who don't give a damn about you have got to live that extravagant lifestyle. They found something that can keep them rich. Same with dentists, orthodontists, all those people. They live the lifestyles they live because, not because they care about you, but because they found a career that gets them lots of money to live the way they like. So doctors, I'm sorry, I don't think very highly of them. Yes, if I need one for surgery or whatever, of course I'll go. But that doesn't make me respect them anymore, because I know that that surgeon is going to go home to a mansion while me and other people are going home to, let's get through this life. You know what I mean? So by finding out what oxalates do to the body, guys, I hope you get online and study this. And this video is long. It's over an hour. So this is a video where you need to take the time and say, I'm going to devote to watching this video. It is an amazing video of what oxalates are, what they do, everything. And I'm having the solid proof here. To have this finger completely flat now, and this one going way down, I'm not saying that one will go completely flat too, but it's way down. It was a rounded circle. And this Sally Norton explains how the oxalates get into your joints, get into your muscle fibers, your tendons, everything. They get into everything and cause a constant state of irritation, inflammation, and even your immune system. Causes your immune system to constantly be agitated. So I'm sticking with this. You know, I'm going to stick with this. I hope all of you will get out there on your computers and start looking up what foods do to your body, because we have been lied to. We have been completely lied to. The people that wanted to keep us sick, well, of course, you know, they live very good lifestyles. And I'm not going to give that to them. I'm going to do everything in my power to research and eliminate anything that could possibly affect my health in terms of what I'm eating and drinking. Like I said before, I will not forever not eat something that I find yummy. I will one day have a little bit of ice cream. I will one day have, maybe a yummy muffin, something like that, just different things.